Hello friends, welcome to Code Universe. In this video, we'll see how to create our first Flutter project. So if you have not installed Flutter and you don't know how to do it, please check out my other video on how to install Flutter in Windows 10. Now let's open Android Studio. So once you open Android Studio, you'll be seeing an option called Create a New Flutter Project. Then you'll have an option to create a Flutter app or a Flutter module or a Flutter plugin or a Flutter package. So now we are going to create our first Flutter project. So click on the Flutter app and then select the next button. And once that's done, kindly name your project based on your preference. And then choose a preferred location to save your project. And you can also give a short description to your project under the description section. Fourth is the organization. It's like a package name or a package ID. So that can also be customized based on your preference. After which you have to give the Android and iOS preferred languages. So for Android you can either choose Java or Kotlin, and for iOS you can either choose Objective-C or Swift. So once that is done, click on Finish. So after clicking Finish, Flutter will create a sample project for you called the number counter, and you'll be seeing a list of files already written and generated. So on your left hand side you can see your project being created, right? So under sample, this is where our main package is. So it's stored under the code and sample. And now I'll explain to you what are the list of files. .idea package contains project configuration settings like .stk, Flutter plugins, project workspace and many more. All the configuration files will be stored in XML file forms. Generally, you will never need to approach this package. The next folder is the Android package, and this will contain all the packages and files related to your native Android app. If you have ever worked with Android platform, you will find this package familiar. Whenever you want to implement any Android specific features, you have to work with this package directory. And the next folder is iOS. Similar to Android package, iOS package will also contain all packages and files related to your native iOS app. Whenever you want to implement any native iOS specific feature, you may have to work in this package directory. The next folder is lib, and this is our main Flutter package in which we have to write our Flutter code. By default, when you create a project, you'll find out a main.dart file in your lib folder. So this main.dart file will have a main function from where your Flutter app execution starts. And also lib is a package in which you are going to create and write all your Dart files. It contains your app's source code too. By default, main.dart file will have some code written in it, and in this case it will have the counter logic. The next folder is test. This package will contain files for writing and running software tests to ensure that your Flutter app is working correctly before release. By default, it will contain a Dart file named as widget-test.dart for software testing. The next file is .gitignore. As name suggests, the hidden file stores a list of different files which you don't want to upload to your Git system while pulling or pushing your source code to the Git system. The next file is .metadata. .metadata file contains information about the Flutter properties like stable, SDK channel, project type, etc. The next file is .packages. .packages contains information about all Dart packages included inside the external libraries in your Flutter project. The next file is the pubspec.log. This file contains detailed information like dependency name, description, meta, source, version and many more information about all the Dart packages included in your Flutter folder. The next file is pubspec.yaml file, and this is an essential file containing all Flutter projects related information like project name, project details, SDK version details, third-party packages or dependencies used in your project. It also has assets like image files, fonts you want to use in your project. Next comes the readme.md file. This is an option file provided for developer reference. Any developer can add different kinds of information about Flutter projects so that other developers can read and understand it. And the last file is your sample.iml. This file's name depends upon your project's name. So this file contains configuration information about the packages and modules used by the IDE. So we have seen our project structure now. Now let's see how to run the project. So whenever you create a new project in your Flutter app, by default it creates a counter app that is in order to tell the user on how to use Dart and Flutter. Now we'll try to run this Flutter app. So if you want to run your Flutter app in Android or iOS emulator, you have to configure an emulator here, or you can connect your external phone to your system and then try to run your application in your phone, or else we can try to run our application in the web browser. Kindly select your web browser on the Flutter device selection and then click the run button to start running your project. So I have started to run my project. So I'm selecting Edge here and I'm trying to run my project in Edge browser. So now you can see, right, our project has run successfully in the Edge browser. So this is a sample demo app that Flutter creates when you try to create a new project. So that's the end of the video. In upcoming videos, I'll tell you how to create a custom app from scratch. So if you find our video very useful, kindly support Code Universe, and I'll see you soon with another new video. Thank you.